Have you ever felt lost when it comes to charging for shipping in your Shopify store? Because I've seen a lot of brands struggle to set up pricing within their store because they just don't know where to start or what tools to use. So I want to share with you a simple tool to make shipping into a profit center. I'll walk through how to use a rate matrix to set up Shopify shipping zones based on your actual rates, and even how to know when to give free shipping. And if you don't have a rate matrix yet, no worries, or don't know what it is, check out the video linked up above to learn how to create yours. Now, fair warning up front, this is a lot of tedious work, and most brands just don't do it, but I guarantee if you do, you will generate more profit for your business. Hey, Jake from EcoShip, a Reading, Pennsylvania 3PL here. I've watched 3 e-commerce businesses scale from my parents' basement, shipping 5 orders per day into a 3PL where we're shipping 250,000 packages per year. So I've seen all the steps in growing an e-commerce brand and know that understanding shipping is absolutely key, but also absolutely confusing. So here's what I wish we knew 5 years ago about setting up shipping rates in Shopify. And we're gonna start this demo by looking at creating shipping zones in Shopify. There are 2 philosophies here. Create shipping costs based on carrier zones and weights, or create the shipping costs based just on the weights. Option 1 is more accurate, option 2 is faster to implement. And a key point to remember here, the rate you see on your matrix can change based on delivery area surcharge. You can see my last video to know what that is, and fuel surcharge. So always add some buffer to your rates. I suggest like 10% to cover any extra fees you'll get from shipping. So let's jump into Shopify and I'll show you how this is actually done. All right, now we're in Shopify. Let's take a look at this. So the first thing I'm gonna do once I'm in here, this is just a test store that I set up, is come over here to my settings, and I'm going to go to shipping and delivery. All right, you can see I have we're going to go to shipping rates here, and you can see that I have nothing set up right now, so if somebody went to buy something, they couldn't. Next, we want to open up our rate matrix right here. So I'm using a template that I set up. This is actually based on our actual rates from our 3PL, but you can feel free to use this. So as the sample rates here, we have zone across the top, and we have pounds on the left here. So I have just 1/4 pound to 5 pounds on this list. So now what we can do, this is the most accurate version. This is option 1. We're gonna make a shipping zone for every weight breakdown and zone within the United States. All right, so let me show you how it's done. So we're gonna go add shipping zone, United States. And since I'm in Pennsylvania, I'm going to call this zone 1. And I'm going to include anything that is in New York, New Jersey, or Pennsylvania. We can also throw in Maryland there as well. We're gonna call any of these states zone 1. We can't actually make it based on zone, so we gotta make it close, but this is a good approximation. Once we have zone 1 in here, now we can add a rate. So we're gonna use flat rate, shipping, economy, and then price. We're gonna come up here to our rate matrix. This is the first one I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do all of these. Zone 1, 1/4 pound is 4.57. It's our price here. We're gonna say add conditional pricing based on the item weight. So our minimum weight is for this is 0 and our max 0.25. There we go. Perfect. Done. All right, next, now we're going to do flat rate again, economy, and come to our next price, which is at 1/2 pound. Put that in here. Whoops, put that in there. Add conditional based on the minimum weight of 0.251. And the maximum weight is 0.5 or 0.5, and hit done. All right, you can see what we're doing here. So now we're 7.5, zone 1, flat rate, economy, price. All right, you get the picture. So this is the first option. We can just go through and add all of these zones based on weight. So then when I go to add zone 2, I would hit add shipping zone, zone 2, and I would open up our states here. And I'm actually gonna pull up this chart that I linked here. By the way, you can look at this chart to see what our actual rates are for 0 to 40 pounds in case you're curious. This is our zone chart right here. So you can see this is zone 1, here's zone 2. So let's call zone 2 like Delaware and Virginia, okay? So we're gonna go Delaware and Virginia. Remember, we're just going off a rough approximation here because we can't get it quite perfect. So zone 2, we're gonna add rates flat rate, economy, go to our price, pick this price right here, the 4.63. Add conditional pricing, minimum weight is 0, max is 0.25. Okay, so you get the picture here. We just go through and add in all the zones and weights for all of our different rate breakdowns. This is a lot of work, obviously, and it's a lot of maintenance if you need to maintain it once a quarter or so. So the second option that we can do is, instead of adding a zone for every, adding a shipping zone for every zone in Shopify here, we can just do an average. So I'm gonna delete these. And we're gonna do an average based on weight. Don't do an average based on zone. So to break that down, we wanna do an average like this, across this way, not down this way, okay? Because you can see there's there's more variability going down pounds versus going across zone. So I already have this average in here for us, so we can just use that. So what we would do is we would add a shipping zone, and we just say anywhere in the United States. Perfect. And we're gonna add a rate. Use flat rate, economy, price. We're gonna pick our average price right here, 4.84. Add conditional based on the item weight is 0 to 0.25 pounds. All right, you see where we're going with this? Next, we're gonna go to price, use flat rate, economy, based on the item weight is 0.25 to 0.5 pounds. We'll do one more, just to make sure. 5.14, so we're gonna do economy and minimum weight, 0.51 to 0.75. And go down. This is the faster way to do it, and it's not terrible accuracy either. You can see that there's less variability going across than going down. All right, do it by weight, not by zone. So that's how we can price for profitability within our Shopify store, right? It's by using these averages, and it's by creating zones within our Shopify store. If we want to add any padding to this, we can, right? If we want to come in here and add padding and say, instead of 484, I'm going to say 2. I'm going to say 5. That give me some extra cents on this shipment, so that I can make a little extra back, just to make sure I'm good. Or if we want to make it in a more attractive price, we say, $4.99. We can make this whatever we want, but now we can make informed decisions on our shipping costs now that we have this rate matrix. That's why this is so important to have our rate matrix. We actually know when we're making money and when we're not. All right, next we're going to look at how to decide what tier to have free shipping at. All right, last technique here is, how do we know what price to put free shipping at? So I've made this calculator next to our sample rate matrix here that we can use. So it has a couple of inputs here in order to get to our right price for free shipping. The idea here is that we want the additional revenue we get from an order to cover the cost of giving free shipping to somebody. So to do that, we need to get our average order value plus the average shipping cost divided by our gross margin. This figures out how many gross margin dollars do we need in order to cover free shipping and actually make this make sense. So the number that pops out here is the bare minimum number that we want to do. I have two different versions here, charging the postage cost. So if we're charging the postage cost to the customer to ship it to them, if it's coming off this sample rate matrix, then we should use that. We want to use this left side. If we're charging a flat rate for shipping, which I know some of you are, then we want to use this right side. So I'm going to go through this using an actual example from an e-commerce store I've seen. So average order value is $35. The sales over the last 30 days, $300. Our gross profit is $450. Our average shipping cost is $4. So our gross margin is 75%. Okay, and once we have those numbers in here, now we have our break-even free shipping, which is $40.33 here. So with a 75% gross margin, that means if we add $5.33, that will cover our $4 shipping cost here. All right, let's do some math to prove it. So we are adding $5.33 times 0.75 is equal to, got to do the formula right, Jake, is equal to just about $4 here. Okay, so this is the bare minimum we should do for free shipping. We want to boost our average order value and cover the cost of giving free shipping to somebody. So I would take this and add 20% to it. So times 1.2, gets us to $48.50. So we could call it $49, something like that. But so again, we're just trying to make informed decisions based on our data and not just taking wild guesses at what our free shipping tier should be. On the opposite side, if we're charging a flat rate already for shipping, we want to figure out what level should we set our free shipping tier to cover that flat rate that we're sending to people. So let's do the same math. 35, 600, 450, current flat rate. Let's say our current flat rate for shipping is, let's say we like to go a little bit more expensive, $5.99. So whatever free shipping tier we give, we want to get that flat rate back in gross margin dollars. Remember, gross margin is our revenue minus the cost of the goods to sell, cost of goods sold. So our gross margin is still 75% here. Now our new break even is $43. This is the bare minimum we should go for our free shipping tier because our gross margin dollars cover the cost of free shipping. So I hope that is a helpful framework for you to calculate your free shipping. I think most people just kind of take random guesses at it. Here's how we can actually take this and apply it to our store. So how we do that in here is we're gonna add a rate, flat rate, economy, and we're going to call this, I said $45.99. $45.99, add conditional pricing based on the order price. Minimum price, sorry, this price should be 0. Minimum price is $45.99, max price is none. So now, boom, we got free shipping right here. Once their order reaches this price, they get free shipping. Done. You can see it says free. So then we can add a banner at the top of our store that says, hey, free shipping on any order over $45.99. And once they get to checkout, it'll just do that. Otherwise, we'll default to using our shipping zones based on pounds here. Okay, so I hope that is a helpful framework for getting to pricing profitably for your Shopify store. Shipping is the #1 expense for your e-commerce brand, so optimizing your pricing so it matches your shipping is so crucial and such an easy to overlook step. Using the rate matrix will get you there. Using our free shipping calculator will get you to the rate that you should be at for free shipping. I hope this has been helpful, guys. If you have any more questions, let me know. Always happy to chat. Jake@ecoship.com. Send me an email. Thanks.